government seems to have quite a good grasp of what the challenges are, and you just mentioned some of them. But in your mind, are there also any unknowns, or at least known unknowns, that you feel you need to prepare for? Because, as you say, technological advances, social changes sometimes happen faster than anyone expects.
Right.
Do you have any of these known unknowns in mind as you want to prepare the government as well as the people?
Well, I think our biggest unknown in the years ahead is going to be the nature of politics in Singapore. We have had 50 over years of very constructive politics. We've been able to keep our society cohesive and united, and we've been able to achieve consensus on a large number of short-term as well as long-term issues. And that has allowed Singapore to really make good progress. Now, will we continue on that journey? I think that depends critically on the nature of politics in Singapore. How are we able to mobilize all Singaporeans to take part in this process, and at the same time to keep politics constructive, forward-looking, and so that we can tackle the many interesting challenges, many challenges ahead, many interesting opportunities ahead.
If we could switch gears a little bit.
Sure.
Now, one of the sort of focuses that has now emerged, obviously, is in your role preparing the party for the next elections. Everyone's expecting it at some point in time. And PM Lee has also said that you'll play a bigger role in leading the party. What exactly are the main areas of focus for the PAP in this remaining term?
Right.
And where are you at? How prepared are you in terms of the elections?
Well, on the party front, we are working on a number of key issues in preparation for the next general election. I'm working very closely with Chun Sing on this. First, our manifesto. We are working on the manifesto on how we hope to take Singapore forward in the next 5 years and beyond. And then second, we are in the midst of selecting the candidates. I think that the party has a policy of renewing our ranks at every election, and the work is intensifying. We've had some very good candidates already, but the work is continuing because we still have some time, and so we are looking at our selection of candidates, and then of course we are looking at how do we reach out to different segments of our people to make sure that we are able to understand their concerns and look at how we can work together with all Singaporeans for a brighter future.
In terms of the candidates, I'm glad you raised that, because now obviously you're going to be far more involved in choosing the candidates, I would presume. And this will be a manifestation of how a future PAP will look like as well as you start recruiting these newer members. What extra traits are you looking for in this new generation, 5G or beyond, that you actually will have a hand in choosing, bearing in mind, again, as you said, all the social challenges, the evolution of our Singapore society? What kind of candidates are you looking at?
Well, we're looking at a wide range of candidates. We hope to be able to convince many of the good candidates that we've seen to join us from a variety of background, because I think, as I mentioned earlier, our society is becoming more diverse, and it's important for us to continue to represent that diversity and to make sure that we are able to bring in the views of different segments of our society, and at the same time to be then able to achieve a consensus that let's turn diversity into a strength and not let diversity divide us.